record. Okay, so all right, so this, I'll just do a quick summary. I'm going to focus mostly on Wednesday's new moon in Sagittarius and then the Mercury retrograde 7 hours after the new moon that starts. All right, so I have done the week ahead, but I'll have another quick go here. All right, so currently we're at 28 degrees of Scorpio. So here we are with the sun in Sag. So, we're looking for, the higher meaning of things, philosophy, there's a certain amount of adventure, overseas travel, the judicial system, university level learning, there's a whole lot of stuff here. But we've got this, another one we've got is this Hygeia, all right? So our mental health and well-being and the freedom that we are seeking is in a really good trine to the south node, and a sextile to the north node. So basically, by having a look at what our thoughts and our well-being is saying to us, we can actually release the past with ease and find a way to, make this new path forward. So we've got that one. Currently, right now, we've got the moon sextile Pluto. That's awesome. What we're talking about, the depths that we're talking about is helping us transform our foundations and also how we run our lives. Capricorn being those business principles. And if we apply that to our life, it's about, how can we tweak the way we run our lives as well, how we run, how we structure, how we're doing things. All right. What else was there? So we're coming up to this. I'm just going to talk about this one because I do love it. All right. So Mars in Sag is coming up to trine Chiron in Aries, which is being ruled by Mars in Sag. All right. So it's not a mutual reception, but it's so fucking awesome because by understanding our position and actively working towards our healing, we become our best selves. So, I mean, you've got all those fiery aspects of Mars. He's very driven in Sagittarius to put on his hiking boots and go do the things. I mean, he's not doing anything, so he's not like exalted or, he's not actually in any negative position. He just is. He's a bit of a sportsman. Lots of sportsmen have got that Mars in Sag aspect. Again, it's just you are actively participating in your healing right now through the understanding and learning that you are doing for yourself. And and again, by paying attention to your mental health and well-being, by doing the self-care stuff, by investigating deeper the things that you feel, not just love, the passion that you like. Venus in Scorpio, man, like she's hot and horny with her fishnets on, and she's got her private investigator's hat. Oh my God, what's that? Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? I associate that cartoon with the epitome of Venus in Scorpio. I love it. Does anybody remember that game? Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? Anyway, her caricature, anyway, is what I associate with Venus in Scorpio. So anyway, so this is for today. This is actually for right now. So I love that. So let's go forward to tomorrow. Just again, like I said, I'm just quickly swinging through these ones. All right, so tomorrow morning when we wake up, we're going to have the moon in Sagittarius coming up and getting ready to move into that new moon in Sag on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. All right. So we are starting to emotionally connect. All right. So the moon in Scorpio, we need to go down into the understanding of why we're doing the things. All right. So we go down and then we come back up again. So this new moon, Tuesday, we're starting to understand what it is. All right, so look at this also. So this is Tuesday at 9:13. We've got an in conjunct with Jupiter in Taurus, which is ruling all of this stuff. All right, so here we are. We're going to go into more of the comfort, security, finances, you know, again, I just, becoming an active participant in how you're running things, the inconjunct is giving you the ability to change course as well. I'm just sort of feeling this stuff come through. We also have, when is that? So tomorrow at 6 a.m., we have this Venus sextile Mercury exact as well. So the thoughts that we're thinking are actually really putting the cogs in the right places for things to start running the right way. All right. So we've been down, we've figured out a whole lot of stuff. We're coming up the other side. We're really making the connections necessary so that when this new moon starts, we're going to be able to make the right intentions. There is the square to Neptune, all right, which, I mean, look, it's not as strong than what it is right now. You know what, I'm just going to go straight to the new moon time just because I can. Because I can. All right. So there we go. That's close enough. All right. So, all right, let me have a look. All right. I've got a whole lot of notes written here on this one. All right. So, new moon in Sag. It's all about exploration, expansion, freedom. All right. It's very sensitive, mystical. We could be connecting with that escapism, that sun growing to the square of Neptune. That's the thing. But Sagittarius also just wants to have fun, have a bit of party, so there could be the pleasure seeking as well. So not so much the escapism, but the desire to seek pleasure, I guess. I mean, especially with Venus in Scorpio, who knows what sort of pleasure you're seeking, but there is definitely that vibe that you just want to feel better, and for those that have had a history of feeling better in a different way, you're automatically associating, I want to feel like that, with they're the things that I need to do. So, especially with that retrograde, anyway, I'll talk about that one in a second. All right, so a lot of what we've got here is the balance between the realistic and the unrealistic. All right, so we've got lots of inspired self-expression. All right. Look at that, even it's on either side, we've got that Mars in Sag, that desire to, climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and then, Mercury here that is stationary is like, what do we need to pack? How are we going to do it? Who do we need to get to sponsor us? Have we reached out to all the right people? What are the fundamentals? What are those basic things that we need to do to get this inspired action happening? Right. So like I was saying, it's only 7 hours after. So the new moon's at 10:30, and then Mercury goes retrograde at 6:10 p.m. All right. So that's when we get into how are we going to make this stuff happen. All right. So another one that we have involved here is it's a little bit past now. I guess that might be more today and tomorrow, but we've got this Lilith. I chucked her back in. All right, so Lilith in Leo, trine that Chiron in Aries that just wants to be a better version of itself, and this new moon here that just wants inspired action to take place already. It's very fiery and impatient. But this Lilith here in Leo, if you allow that unique suppressed part of yourself to come out, then that trine is just going to beautifully allow all of the pieces to fit, if that makes sense. By allowing your unique self to come out and stand up on stage as you are, not that part of you that has been suppressed by either family, friends, or society, that bit that is that has been told that you're not good enough, or that's a bit weird, or, like that type of energy. Like, don't do that because you're going to not fit the norm. Fuck the norm, right? This is about inspired action and just doing the thing because it's what you're passionate about. And by doing that, then you get to heal as an individual. All right. So you have the inspiration, then 7 hours later, you start reassessing the long-term goals. By balancing practical and idealistic, you find out what things are in alignment, and it's a time to review plans before you charge ahead with action. All right, so the divine timing of this is just amazing. So Mercury goes retrograde, it goes station direct on the 2nd of January. So basically, for the next 19 days, this is the time where we look back at 2023. Or, in the words here, I've written also, trying to figure out what has worked before, what have we done that's worked. I mean that's exactly the same thing, but it's more, where in my life have I felt like I have functioned properly. All right, so I mean, like I'm looking at this on a few different levels. There's quite a few of us here that are trying to get our businesses run before, and we might be newbies at it, but we're looking at, where was I comfortable? The thing with, I mean, social media and society, there's always the next best thing. And this is not about the next best thing. This is about what has worked for you previously. All right. Obviously, with this whole Sagittarius, the bigger picture happening, where did I write it? A lot of successful people talk about the value of sitting in silence, all right, and allowing the answers to come. And I mean, I'm specifically talking about, that was what I wrote for Friday the 15th, but this makes sense too, allowing inspired action to initiate thought processes for you, and the quiet of asking yourself, where in the past have I felt good? Or where have things functioned well for me? If it's a business, when did I have a time where money was coming in and everything felt easy? You know, um, okay, I'll just feel like I'll move on from that one, but you get the gist. All right. So what else is there? So we've still got that Hygeia, South Node, North Node, the sun squaring Neptune, that is the balance of the realistic and the idealistic. All right. But Mercury in Capricorn doesn't give a shit about your fancy dreams. It's like, how are you going to make them happen? All right. That, like I said, the review process that we've got for the rest of 2023 is so good. It really is good. It's a perfect time for you to stop and take stock of your last previous year, so that we hit the ground running on December. Probably I'd be waiting until maybe around the 7th or 8th for Neptune to for Mercury to start moving again. But again, the next 2 weeks, guys, paper and pencil. So we've got the new moon this week. On the 14th, we've got Sun trine Neptune. So that is another aspect of the sun showing you the way forward. You're making all of these realizations. Then you start the process of how to make it work. And then the sun on the 14th, so the day after the new moon, is like, look, here's a path over here. The following day, or actually, sorry, 3 days after that, then we have that sun square Neptune, which, it could throw up a couple of blocks, but it's also asking you to feel into it. All right. So, I mean, there's a certain amount of fogginess, things aren't clear, but you can always connect in spiritually, connect the dots that way as well. So, all right. So let's just quickly move forward until the next day. All right. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, when we wake up, Moon in Capricorn conjunct Mercury. All right. So when we might wake up on Thursday, oh, look at that. That trine is beautiful now too, much stronger. We wake up and we are ready for business on Thursday. All right. So again, with the emotional connection to how have I done it previously? Again, we're not looking for the next best thing. We're not looking for new information. We're reviewing what tools we have in our toolbox and what has worked before. All right. So, this gives you a break as well. It's a little bit of a, you're not seeking answers. You have these answers. All right. So I feel like that's a bit of a tip. You're not trying to find something new now. You already have what you need. All right. So this is for Thursday. So we wake up and that's pretty much the summary for that. All right, so let's move forward to Friday because I'm going to be repeating this in with the other thing that I have up as well. So Friday was I mean, look at that. Look at that beautiful grand trine. The just do it your way. All right. Don't listen to the people that tell you can't do it a certain way because they're not you. All right. You have your special purpose in life. You have your unique way of doing it, and there is no one like you. You can have a birthday twin, but then your environment's different. So you do you your way, and that is the thing that is going to get you further down the path. All right. Okay. So on Saturday we wake up and there's an Aquarian moon. Now the moon Pluto conjunction is like 3 a.m. So so the moon moves into Aquarius at nearly 5 a.m. So we wake up Saturday morning a little bit detached, a little bit like, okay, what needs to be done? Now, for myself, we've got the grand opening at the Winnelia Hotel, and I was telling my boss, I'm like, don't take anything personally. Have a look at what everybody needs. Again, here's that review process. What are the basic fundamentals of what everyone needs, right? Moon in Aquarius. How can we make the group how can we serve the group best? All right. So if this is you, again, don't be emotionally connected to what you're doing on Saturday. Just have a look at the big picture, or if it is coming time where you're dealing with family members or whatever, just emotionally disconnect and just what is good for everybody. This is good because you can keep your mouth shut if you need to, says me. All right, and actually Saturday the 16th at 9:30 a.m. is that Mars trine Chiron. So being an active participant in your healing. So again, I feel like that might be quite specific for someone. If you get triggered by someone in particular in your family or by a group of people, then being an active participant in your healing allows you to step back and not be triggered by people. All right, so I hope that is specific to someone and that helps. All right. And then we'll go forward to Sunday. What do we got? Oh, okay. So Sunday is a little bit more boxy in a sense that the adjustments that you make. Okay, so my brain is saying maybe you're going to wake up hungover, but it's more the adjustments that you have to make. So if you did have to amend your behavior for someone the day before, don't feel bad about it. It was just something that had to be done for your own sanity. Remember, we've still got this Hygeia connecting up. Oh, look, we've got Hygeia sextile the sun. So that's good. All right. So if you do have to amend your behavior for to reduce so that you're not instigating trouble with groups or with certain peoples, then that's fine too. All right. So it might just be you taking one for the team. Saturn here in Pisces is just doing what needs to be done. All right. So that is, I will pause the recording. Yay. Okay, so new mini Sag, I know I'm repeating myself, but expansion, growth, adventure, exploration, truth seeking, optimism, and positivity. All right, so here I was saying earlier, we're focusing on the material aspects of life. So finances, stability, security, it's might emphasize the practical side of Sagittarius, but it is a good time to set those intentions to ground your growth and abundance. All right, so we are trying to secure our future. All right, so again, this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is amazing for that. Dream big and then figure out how you're going to do it. Who was it? Was it you, little Miss Moo, today that said, you asked for something and then the universe provided you like within days. Like that was amazing. So here's the same type of thing. Put out those intentions, make them amazing, and then figure out the details later. Your whole reticular activating system, if you say I have, then the universe will find a way. So just believe in that at this time, the optimism of Sagittarius. All right, so Mercury retrograde, obviously we are still looking at all of those problematic influences of Mercury retrograde. So communication, your phones, your internet, okay, so it's a great time if you have if at the beginning of 2023 you set goals, now's the review time. I mean, look, every 3 months when Mercury goes retrograde is a great review process. This one in particular is, how am I running my life or my business? All right, so reflecting on goals and ambitions, practical considerations, revisiting financial matters. Oh my God, like seriously, the Mercury retrograde in Capricorn at Christmas time, people are not going to be spending a lot of money because, I mean, how many rate rises do we have? 7? I doubt that we're going to have the news going, bonds are budgets this year. No, I don't think so. I think everyone's going to be that tight and practical. Maybe the gifts that you can buy can be handmade or practical, or, give the presence of, give the present of your presence to people. Maybe you can offer someone, maybe someone in needs, like you can give them an hour of your time to clean, or, some sort of practical babysitting, or I don't know, a massage, or whatever your gift is, like Claude, you can be like, here's a reading, or, I don't know, something practical that you can offer someone that doesn't necessarily have to fucking go in with the materialism of society today. And sorry, I am a Grinch. I don't care. I'll own it. All right. So, that's Wednesday. All right. So the Sun trine the North Node, which, like I said, once you start setting those intentions and then figure out how to do it, the Sun trine the North Node, the Sun is shining its light on the path forward. Think of the yellow brick road. Like the Sun is showing you which way to go. All right. So harmonious expression of identity, opportunities for growth, confidence, vitality, independence. All right. So, the Sun in Sag is bringing focus on one's horizons, seeking higher knowledge, embracing positive and optimistic outlooks. All right. So, North Node in Aries suggests the collective or individual soul purpose involves embracing the qualities of Aries, such as taking the initiative, being self-reliant, and fearlessly pursuing one's desires. And like I was saying with that Mars trine Chiron, being an active participant in your own healing. All right, so here's the big one that we, like I said earlier, the last 2 weeks we've had lots and lots of Neptune activity, including the station direct, which was so freaking hard, especially coming up out of Scorpio. I can't remember what it was, but we moved straight into some sort of Neptune thing, and it was just really, really hard. All right, so the tension between reality and illusion. All right. Idealism versus practicality, confusions, misunderstandings, spiritual exploration, creativity, and inspiration. Like I was saying earlier, Neptune can be drugs, but it can also be finding Zen, in a complicated yoga move, or, and half an hour's meditation. Saturn in Pisces, Oh my God, like a half an hour meditation to me is a disciplined activity. You know what I mean? So what does it look like for you? Again, Mercury retrograde. Have a look in the past, see what's worked for you. All right. So there we go. Managing this involves being mindful of the potential for confusion, all right, and finding balance between your desire for truth and the need for spiritual exploration. Grounding your aspirations in practical steps, again, make the big dreams and then figure out how you're going to break it down into small, manageable chunks to make it happen. All right, so there we go. And there's my Neptune being in a nice square there, being difficult. All right, so next. So here we are, perfect timing. Things to ponder this week, guys. I love things to ponder. All right. So, Sun Trine North Node. What aspects of personal growth and expansion are currently inspiring you? How can you align your goals with your authentic self? That's also part of that Lilith in Leo. Just do you. Don't worry about whatever everyone else is going to say. Oh, okay. So I don't know why, but Frida Kahlo just popped into my head. I mean, how unique was her? How unique was she? And her eyebrows. You know what I mean? Like that was something that she was, in this day and age. Oh my God, can you imagine if she lived now? It would just be so like, oh my God. But she was like, it's my thing. Like, this is what I'm known for. So being your authentic path and growing in the right way. Okay. So, and in what ways can you embrace the qualities of courage and individuality in pursuing your aspirations? So I love that. So important to you for you to just do you. All right, so this is the part of the Jupiter in Taurus aspect, and the whole Sag thing. Current opportunities for financial stability and growth. What practical steps can you enhance your material well-being to create a secure foundation, and your money mindset? All right, so I know I was telling you guys, when I needed to raise funds, I went straight to Denise Duffield Thomas, and I was listening to, all like money mindset stuff. And like I'm in awe of what I was able to manifest in times of need, because I believed that I could do it, or that I believed that the universe was going to help. So having a look at your money beliefs at this time as well, while the sun is in Sagittarius, do you, like explore your beliefs? Do you, I mean, what are your beliefs? Do you believe in lack? Do you believe that life is hard and that there's always bills to pay? Like, just have a look at that. I mean, whatever your narrative is, just observe it. It's a good time for it. Jupiter in Taurus gives us abundance in a financial way, but it's also abundance of riches. You could be rich in self-worth. You could have values that you live your life by, that fulfill you. So it's not just money, but the things of value and worth to you. All right. So that's another one to ponder this week. What are those things of values in your life? Are you being authentic? Do you have the courage to pursue your dreams? All right. So, Sun Square Neptune, clarifying goals amidst potential confusion. I love this. Like, we've got 2 weeks before the end of the year. Sorry, do we? No, we have got 30 days. So we've got 20 days left of the year. All right. So I think, no, 30 days has September, April, June. Yeah, 31. So yeah, we've got 20 days left. Use this time wisely to have a look at all of the systems, all of the running systems in your life. So, Jupiter in Taurus, we're looking at food, finances, is there a potential for you to renegotiate your loan? All right, so we're reviewing. So think of all those re words. Renegotiating is something that you can consider. You know me, I'm always telling you guys to, always have a list of your finances and be aware of where your money is going. So this is another time where you can, reevaluate what your incoming and your outgoings are. All right. So now, are there any of your lives where you feel any areas of your life where you feel uncertain or confused, and how can you bring more clarity? So in this 20-day review process, just think about all aspects of your life. The wheel of life. I'll post it in the group. Um, there's 7 or 8 specific areas that the wellness coaches use. Anyway, I'll post it later because I can't think. It's not quite like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which there was 2 of, 5 and 7 needs. But yeah, I'll put the wellness wheel up as well, because these are areas that you can investigate to see, where do you need more clarity. And then you can ask for help if needed, because there is no shame in asking for help or re-educating yourself in any area of life. All right. What practices or strategies can help you discern between idealistic visions and practical goals? And how can you tap into your intuition and creativity while maintaining a realistic approach to your aspirations? All right. So again, maybe you set goals for yourself at the beginning of the year where you're going to look back at now and go, did I really think I was going to do that? Or I really thought I was going to do that. Like, you know what? That sentence was exactly the same, but the emphasis that we put on it is, that's the important thing. So, where can you find that clarity in life? By, like I was saying, educating yourself or asking for help, or just seek more information. Maybe don't have such. See, I don't even agree with what I was just about to say, because earlier I said set the big intentions and then figure out how to do it. So maybe it comes down to breaking down lofty goals to smaller chunks that are more manageable. You've got 52 weeks in a year. If you have a big goal, break it down 52 times and then times that by 7. You've got 365 different opportunities to work towards a goal. Okay. So we want to make it small. So again, Sun square Neptune, where is the confusion or the illusion coming up mostly for you in life? Okay. And then independence and collaboration. All right, so this is the Sun trine North Node and the Sun square Neptune together. All right, so how can you assert your independence while collaborating with others in a way that supports your growth? Claudine, this sounds like us. All right. Are there any illusions or idealistic expectations in your relationships that need clarification or adjustment? All right. I am thinking about you, Abby. You know, um, not to single you out, I'm so sorry, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the clarification or adjustment in relationships that is necessary, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. So, and what way can you honor your individual path while staying connected to the collective? So again, how can you be your authentic, weird self and still be part of the crowd? And, and also lead the way, show other people it's okay to be yourself, because, success is yours. Again, we're looking at our mindset and listening to that negative inner critic that stops you from being brave and actively pursuing your desires and your goals. All right. So I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to pause the recording.